My name is Lewin Wertheimer. I'm an architect who works primarily in the custom residential field and primarily in West Los Angeles. I absolutely think I can be of a huge benefit to real estate agents and their potential buyers early on in the process. And I'm surprised that more real estate agents don't recommend bringing in or introducing an architect to a client. I think maybe there's this fear that it's going to scare the client off, or that bringing too many people into the mix is going to be intimidating. But I really think if you have a connection with an architect and you like the work they do and you think it might be a nice mix, that I can be of great service. I get to ask them some really pointed questions. You know, how are you going to grow with this? How is this going to work for you? And very often they might be intimidated because they think that they have to add a second story, for example, in order to get the space that they need. But I might find a kind of unused part of the yard, side yard or unused part of the yard, that we could add out at significantly less expense than adding a second story, and gain some intimate outdoor space that this room looks out onto, and add to the house in a way that addresses what the client, what the potential buyer needs, in a way that nobody thought of. When a buyer is looking at a particular house, and obviously a real estate agent wants to sell that house, and I'm brought in to look at opening it up, turning it into a more contemporary today lifestyle. I think that really where I can be very beneficial is understanding how easy that can be. And very often clients are intimidated by moving a wall. And we do it all the time. We're moving walls daily, and it's not a big deal, especially not in wood frame construction. Even if there are structural things that need to be done in order to move that wall, it's usually not that big of a deal. If we're on a hillside and it's a 3-story house, yes, it's getting more complicated. But if it's a 2-story or 1-story house on a reasonably flat lot, it's usually feasible. And I would hate to see a client pass on a house that didn't have an open kitchen or an open floor plan, but it was on a beautiful piece of property, or the house itself had really good bones and just needed these little tweaks to make it something really wonderful.